Millions of years continue to pass. The climate oscillating between freezing ice ages and warm periods full of life. Every time the world is warm and the ocean temperate, billions of small sea creatures are born into the water that borders the land you're on. These animals have small shells, thanks to their early ancestors. And when they die, their shells are carried by powerful currents to the coast, where they grind down into a fine, white sand. This sand is then blown into the vast inland dunes that remain in constant motion for a long time, shifted by the wind again. Time has sped forward, and we've arrived in the age of megafauna. A giant species of kangaroo lives on the island that will one day be Kangaroo Island. They're twice as large as the modern ones, weighing in at 220 kilograms. It's about 2 million years before you entered the cave, that the sand dunes stop moving and petrify into stone. The stone you're looking at. The stone these very caves are made of. Kangaroo Island is not yet an island, and Kelly Hill Caves are not yet caves, but the limestone that became this place has just come into existence. Brilliant. Time keeps passing, and water seeps into the limestone, forming dark underground lagoons. When the water empties, the limestone becomes unstable, no longer supported by anything at all. The roof collapses again and again over a long period of time, and a cavernous space opens up deep underground. Finally, these caves exist. The last glacial period begins approximately 115,000 years before you entered the cave, one of many such periods within the larger Ice Age. Australia is cold and dry. In exciting news, human beings finally exist. At some point, they come to live on the landmass we now call Australia. These are the first people to make this land their home, and their living culture continues. Eventually, the glacial period ends. The ice melts and the sea level rises. This creates the backstairs passage, separating this part of the land and turning it into an island. That's right. About 11,000 years before you entered the cave, Kangaroo Island finally exists. However, as the body of water separating it from the mainland becomes wider and wider, the island becomes unreachable to its traditional owners, and therefore is no longer inhabited. All the while, deep underground in these newly formed caves, water is dripping down from the surface. It percolates through the rock and ever so slowly builds up the long stone shapes that surround you, like cave teeth. Stalagmites and stalactites emerge from the rock wall in patient layers. What do they look like to you? European people come to know of this place when a horse named Kelly is swallowed whole by the earth and never seen again. People become curious and start to explore. They make their way down here, guided only by candlelight. time keeps rushing on, and any second now we'll meet the modern day, and this story will end. You'll walk back up the steps to the outside world, the bright light of day hitting your face. You'll walk back to your car and drive away. You'll go home, moving onward into a future full of surprise and possibility. But maybe one day you'll pause. You'll notice a sand dune or a shell, and your mind will be pulled back to this place. Quiet, ancient, deep underground, where time is not measured in days or weeks or even years, but in epochs. Where stories take 500 million years to unfold. In 1, 2,